Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a story for you here today titled Teacher Loses It After Her Husband Divorces Her for Hooking Up with Every Guy at Her Work. So, usually when I read these stories, it's like a nurse, okay, or it's like a night worker or something. But here we have a teacher who gets caught, gets busted hooking up with every dude at her work. Now, in my opinion, guys, this woman should be absolutely fired, okay? Not only from her marriage, the husband should get her out ASAP, but also this is just unprofessional, dare I say. So let's jump into this story here. Guys, do not forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. If you have ever seen something similar like this, make sure you drop a comment about it below, because this is disgusting and hilarious at the same time. So it says, a 34-year-old man shares the shocking moment when he discovers that his wife, a high school teacher, had been secretly hooking up with multiple co-workers behind his back. When he filed for divorce and cut her off, she spiraled out of control, unable to accept the consequences. I mean, this just sounds like, it really does just sound like modern day women, doesn't it, guys? Go out there, do something unforgivable, right, to most dudes. I think it's really unforgivable. And then they're shocked at the repercussions of their own actions. It's crazy. Like, it really is. I'm a 34-year-old male, and my now ex-wife is 33. She was a high school English teacher. One of those every kid loves her. She runs the drama club types. Super charismatic, outgoing, always had a line of co-workers chatting with her at every party. Yeah. I mean, hey, if your wife, all the dudes love to chat to your wife, might be something there. We had been married for 6 years. We were together for 8 years. I thought we had a strong foundation, shared values, great communication, etc. I work in IT. She worked in education, and we were saving up for a house. Looking back, there were signs. I just didn't want to see them. That's always the way, with dudes who go through this kind of stuff, by the way, is in retrospect, there's typically a lot of signs. There's things that you pick up on, and there's things which, if you continue to date going forward, number one, brave to you. But if you continue to date going forward, a lot of guys, when they see this stuff pop up again, like these little red flags and these little issues, they just won't put up with it, man. They'll throw the woman out, and the woman will be like, why didn't he want to commit to me? Not knowing that the man caught on to the little game that she was playing, and she was likely a horrible choice for a wife or a girlfriend. Anyway, she was always too friendly. She was always close with the guys at her school, the PE teachers, the young science guy, even some of the coaches. I'd hear their names in stories that she told over dinner. At first, it was harmless, just casual work-related chatter. Then it started to shift. Late texts, laughing at messages that she wouldn't show me. Work drinks that went from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. You see, this is the stuff that bothers me, man, is like, this is not acceptable. Society will try and tell you that as a man, you have to put up with this nonsense. Like, they would love you to sit there and see no issue with this and just go along like everything is fine. Guys, I'm telling you, if your wife is coming home and telling you stories about dudes from her work, it is time to plan an exit strategy. She shouldn't have stories about dudes, Like, imagine you have a wife, guys, and you come home from work and you just have stories about women. Why? Why would we have stories about women? Okay? If anything, it's disrespectful in my opinion. And this is before we even get to the fact that this woman is out here drinking from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. with dudes. Absolutely not, man. It's not. Oh, you're so insecure. A real man would accept this and put trust in her. The trust is already broken. What do you mean, put trust in that? She's already taken the trust. She's snapped it in half right in front of your face. And dudes will be like, oh, I need to trust her more. No. The trust has expired. Every time I brought it up, yep, there it is. Look, every time I brought it up, I was told I was being insecure, that I didn't trust her. What did I say, guys? I didn't even read that ahead of time, I promise you. That teachers need to unwind too. And because I didn't want to be controlling, I let it go until the night that I couldn't anymore. One night she left her laptop open. She'd just submitted grades and left her school email open. I wasn't snooping. I just went to check the weather in a new tab and noticed a bunch of unread messages. Man, these guys are so full of it. They really are, guys. Like they're just reading the messages. Can we just say that? I think it's acceptable, to be honest with you. There are so many red flags here. I wouldn't bat an eye if this guy said, I read the messages because I was concerned. He has a right to be concerned, but they always lie, guys. They're like, oh, I wasn't snooping. I was checking the weather. Like, you could check the weather on your phone, my man. He says, I wish I hadn't looked. There were emails, direct messages, and even some photos sent through school accounts using vague language to dodge filters. It wasn't just one guy. It wasn't even two. She had been hooking up with multiple co-workers, some married, some not, for years. Some of the messages made me sick. One of them literally joked about how if my name ever finds out, he's going to have a stroke, he says. They knew, she knew, and they didn't care. First of all, this woman, report this crap to the school, get them all fired, right? Do your best, my man. Send this in immediately. Well, maybe not. Maybe give it some time, I suppose. Do the whole collecting evidence. Do the best to protect yourself, right? As seems reasonable the more I read these stories. But yeah, you should absolutely be aiming to get this woman sacked too, okay? Like, again, guys, this is not workplace behavior, right? Like, you're working at a school, for goodness sake. These people have, like, no professionalism whatsoever. It's crazy. I don't think, you should be submitting some serious complaints to the school, in my opinion. Not to be a Karen, guys, but, like, this woman shouldn't be working this position. He says, I copied everything, screenshots, emails, photos. I met with a lawyer. I quietly pulled money from our joint account into a new one, took my name off of a few shared devices, rented a short-term apartment. When everything was ready, I sat her down and said, I know what you've been doing. I've seen the emails. I've spoken to a lawyer, and the marriage is over. She looked like she'd just seen a ghost. First came the denial, then the gaslighting. You're overreacting. They're just jokes. You're being dramatic. And then came the screaming. Oh, great. Yes. Like, I don't even know why these women bother denying it, guys. Like, they just kind of hope that the denial will work. They'll pull out every card in the book. She went to full meltdown, threw things. She screamed that I was ruining her life, threatened to expose the other men if I went public. Okay, why would you care? Oh, no, please don't expose the other men that you've been cheating with. Like, why would you give a damn? Go ahead, madam. Knock yourself out. I told her I wasn't interested in revenge. I just wanted out. No kids, no property together, no reason to drag it out. When she realized I wasn't going to beg or fight, she completely unraveled. Started texting me all hours, calling my parents, showing up at my apartment, sobbing about how she messed up and was just looking for validation. I didn't even have to say anything. Word got out fast. One of the wives of the other men found a message chain too and blew the whole thing wide open. Yeah, see, the other wives, guys, they've got no issues. Immediately, they'll make the whole thing public, ruin the man's life, you know what I mean? Several of the guys were disciplined or transferred. What is this, man? She resigned a month later, aka was told to leave quietly. Last I heard, she's working at a tutoring center in another town. She tries to reach out every once in a while, sends emotional messages on anniversaries or holidays, still paints me as the cold one who walked away without trying. But here's the truth, there's no rebuilding a marriage. It was nothing but lies and laughs shared at my expense behind my back. I totally agree with this guy, absolutely. There's no point. And it's an interesting strategy that's being employed by the ex-wife here, okay? On the one hand, she wants him back, probably because he's paying for everything. She wants him back, but at the same time, she's out here calling him cold and trying to shame him into returning. Absolutely stupid. This woman is horrible. Absolutely horrible person. I'm glad the dude got out. I'm glad he doesn't have to deal with this nonsense anymore. And some of these women, guys, they belong in psychiatric hospitals, in my humble opinion. But guys, we're going to be leaving it there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.